evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof. And welcome to an impromptu stream, instigated by a lying in bed mom, who dragged me out of bed this morning to say, hey, can we stream today? Hey, listen.
I did nothing of the sorts.
You did nothing of the sort because you sent the message at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yes, I sent a raven to peck at your bedroom window. It's much different.
Anyway.
Ravens are polite. They'll wait.
Ravens are polite. Have you ever met a raven?
Many. Why?
It's...
Admittedly, most of the ravens I've encountered are extra-dimensional and magically attuned and also very, very well-bred and trained, but nonetheless.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. But yes, today we are doing an impromptu Space Engineers stream. Because Lang wanted to get some stuff done, and we missed the stream on Thursday, technically. Well, Lang missed the stream on Thursday, so I went to play Minecraft instead.
Yes.
But yeah.
Because I was out at a lovely little concert of music from animation over the years, and then I was in immense pain, so...
Yeah.
I have missed 2 streams this week due to pain, so I figured I should do one to make up at least somewhat.
No, you're thinking of magpies there, Dragon Reaper. Although, technically also true, I suppose. Ravens do like to steal shiny objects.
Ravens, crows, and all manner of blackbirds, really.
Are you in game yet, Lang?
No. I'm still like 10 seconds out from live here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Of course. Because, your seat is empty.
Well, give me a hot second and I'll get in it.
Where did you actually log out? I love the sound of clang in the morning, or in the afternoon.
Okay, where were we?
Somewhere? I don't know.
Somewhere?
We're out in the middle
somewhere?
of nowhere at the moment, surrounded by
yes.
sand.
Yes, we're at the place with the stuff.
We're at the gold mine. Well, the gold area, basically. Everything around us is gold, by the looks of it.
Now, to be clear, not everything that shines is gold. Also, we are in a desert.
Yes. But
So
in
probably
fairness,
not all of that is gold.
In fairness, if you look down, all of those white patches on the floor, or on the desert sand rather, indicate this is where ore is. And it's only gold here, so...
Now, I've been looking over the map for Agaris. And based on a central focal point of the harbor, where the magnesium deposit is... Ooh.
It's about 12 meters below the surface.
In classic fashion, we appear to be in pitch blackness.
Where?
It's... Well, as far as I can tell, it's night.
Where are you?
Wait, no. I'm... What? How have I... Huh? I'm... at the harbor? On the Holler, I think?
You've respawned.
I guess? Oh, yep, I've lost my stuff.
Yeah. Well...
Everything's still very much trying to load in. Okay, right. Well, let me new my way over to you. Which way? It's east, isn't it? It's direct east.
Yes. I can give you a GPS point.
and it's somewhere on the northern
There you
edge.
go.
Whoop. Okay, yep. I mean, it wasn't hard to find a high speed, but yeah. Ah, and there's the wreckage. Or some amount of it. It's still very much streaming in. Oh, and there's... Right. That's,
Yes.
that's why everything is lagging. I forgot.
Yes. You forgot about the Damocles.
I forgot, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
There you are. Hello.
I love the juxtaposition here that the world is loaded in, my ship is loaded in, and there are bits of your ship just sort of existing.
Oh, it's
There
all
we
loaded
go.
in for me, but you know.
There
If you
we
pull
go.
your
I mean,
drill out and look
I
down.
just had to get here. My drill, you say?
Your drill, yes.
But I totally have.
Are
because
you
I
telling me you
definitely
didn't even
just...
spawn in with tools?
Oh, I spawned in with tools. There's just lowly peasantly kind of tools. Okay. Like 14 meters away. That's pretty nice. That's pretty low. Your ship is sinking.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, that's never taking off again.
It's probably... Oh, it's probably the, Wait. No, hold on. Okay, I need to...
Also, 45 months. Thanks, Nick.
It's probably the system going into idle. So it's gone... Well, I'm gonna sink to the floor now.
Well, wait, there's nothing for it. We're just going to have to put it completely out of its misery.
No, it's fine. It's just currently at its target altitude. That's fine. What just exploded?
You know what else we did at the end of the stream last time? You know what else we did at the end of the stream last time?
Oh my god, Lying, did you forget to turn your batteries off of recharge?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Why does this always happen to me specifically?
I don't know. Oh, and you don't have enough thrust to get yourself upright, do you?
No, because this thing is a heavy brick.
How many gyroscopes are in there?
Hang on, I might be able
Oh
to...
god, Lying, you're making it worse!
Yes, I am. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Lying cement brick. Little more. Keep going. Don't worry about there being something above you. It's perfectly fine.
Oh my god, Lying.
I'm sure that noise is actually the thing above you. Hey, worst comes to worst, I'm just scraping away some of the sand.
Sure, that's exactly what you're doing.
I can I can see the things making the noise, and they're called harpoons.
Yeah. Whoa! Bloody hell,
It's okay.
Lying.
It's
Careful.
okay. It's okay. We do not have a repeat of the tumbleweed incident.
You're penduluming. You're penduluming at this point.
There we go. I did lose a Gatling turrets, but everything else.
Yes,
Well, a
you
couple
did.
of Gatling turrets, but it looks like everything else is fine.
I wish you could actually, like, walk through the connectors.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
You used to be able to. They killed that because of performance requirements.
Yeah. Yep, not reading any damage other than the missing turrets. So all good, all perfectly fine.
They took the brunt of the impact by the looks of it.
Well, yeah. Okay, so do we get rid of the big lag monster?
No.
Let's see, if I lock target, assign to artillery.
Do you want me to get into the Damocles and lock target on you? Because I will.
I mean, I just have to hit the hydrogen tanks, really.
And how much firepower do I have in comparison to you? Whoa.
That wasn't me.
What
That
was
wasn't
that?
aimed at you. Oh, that's my artillery turrets have apparently found something in the
Oh, they
ballistic
found
tank.
part of the base. They've found part of the ROS base to keep attacking.
Yeah.
Maybe turn those off for now.
Probably.
It's not like anything will come attack us.
We hope. I mean, there is a uranium deposit to the far north here, but yes.
Yeah, but no, like, once we took out the ROS base's power, and I ground down its AI core, it literally cannot summon reinforcements anymore. So we're good on that front.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Right. So, the main plan for me today is to establish mines, automated mines specifically, which means I need to actually work on making automating mining drones and such.
And I am going to set up a weapons manufacturing facility, as it were, because I'm connecting the magnesium mine back to the harbor and everything.
That, however, first requires that we get back.
Which isn't hard for me.
Well, yeah, because you don't have to spend any power at all on, like, levitation.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually, you know.
It's a bit trickier for me.
Yeah.
Particularly because I can't even drain this place of power because we've already destroyed it.
Well, there are some batteries, but yeah.
Okay, right, how much power do I have here? About 40 minutes or so. That's
Well, I have
enough.
23 hours of power,
Must be nice.
but when I'm accelerating, I only have 30 minutes.
Boy, it would be really helpful then if you had some kind of automated cruise control function so that you could achieve a certain speed and minimize your power usage.
Oh no, once I accelerate, I can just let myself drift, because I don't use dampeners.
You're functionally gravityless.
Yeah. Good evening, Lydia. And thank you
Good
for the
evening, gaming
7
recyclers.
months. You have a full gear. Congratulations on the full gear. I don't remember how long it actually takes to get full gear. But yes, thank you. Welcome.
Whereas my chat just
I
has
need
a
your
variety
character
of witch
sheet.
hats. Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I need Lydia's character sheet and backstory at some point within the next few months. Few months? Few weeks. No, few days actually. Now that I think about it.
Okay, let's see how much time I've got with with my cruise control set.
Is it an Adventurer's Codex sheet, Lydia? Because that is what it needs to be in.
Yeah.
Good. Drop me a share link.
I guess technically speaking, I'm a bit lighter now because I'm not. I'm 2 turrets short. That'll help my power efficiency a little. Okay,
Yeah.
I've got about half an hour so far,
Okay, that's good.
and I'm still accelerating, so yeah, I should be fine. Make a way. Did you made a waypoint of the desert region, right?
Yes, I sent it to you.
Okay. It apparently has not entered into my chat here for some reason, but yeah. Evidently, you have to open your chat immediately, or else it just doesn't go in. Nope, it refuses to go in there. That is weird. Okay, got about 40 minutes at 40 meters per second speed. I'm good, I think. If it takes us 40 minutes to get here, then we're just moving here, I think.
I mean, yeah, maybe. We don't need that much gold, in fairness.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm half tempted to drop down there, dig up some, and bring it back to the Damocles. Actually.
I'm sure you can find the resources to like shove together a drill. Just levitate slightly close to the surface.
It's a bad idea with the Damocles. It's not that maneuverable.
I mean, neither is the shine bright morning light here. I opened the stream by describing it as a flying concrete block. So
I mean, yes, but when it comes to size, the Damocles is decidedly more unwieldy.
Is that how you're describing it?
Sure.
As opposed to ludicrous.
Sure. I'm gonna let damp this drift for a little while. Dig up some gold. Back to the ship. Etc.
There's an unknown signal falling from the sky, but it's already behind me, so I do not care. Yeah, I've got about 40 minutes of power, and about 30 kilometers to go, at about 40 meters per second even. So that would take less than 40 minutes. Although there is a mountain at one point.
That won't really be a problem for me, anyway.
I mean, again, yes. Your battlecraft of some description is probably most capable of taking out anything in PvP by sheer virtue of the fact that it tanks the sim speed whenever it's present.
I mean, I've got to say, it's an effective strategy.
Okay, I see nickel mine antenna.
That'll be ours.
Okay, great. So yes, I was looking at the Agaris globe, and I determined that from the magnesium deposit that we have currently built near the harbor, which I'm still not sure why we built a harbor, but oh well.
Platinum.
Well, there's that, except that is there even a body of water that connects that to the ocean where the platinum is?
Yes. All of the ocean on Agaris is connected.
Doubt. But north of that, I believe, is a iron deposit. West of that is the cobalt deposit that we originally started with.
Yep.
And then there's this nickel deposit that you've already made something. I dread to think what at. And then there's this gold deposit, which is way further out.
Please come back. You're 2.4 kilometers away from me now. Holy shit.
Oh, is your ship misbehaving?
No, I left it to drift so that I wouldn't have to pilot it, and went to drill some gold in the meantime. Didn't expect it to get quite that far away from me.
You are aware that we have wind here, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
I set it
It might have been buffeted.
No, I actually set it to move.
Even worse, I fear.
No, it's fine. I just need to actually land on it. There we go.
And, oh yes, because I built this as a battlecraft, there are very minimal lights on it. Apologies, everybody. Try building small ships and they end up turning into bigger ships. That appears to be Lucian's problem.
Look.
I have trouble making larger ships. I always end up with something that is extremely dense.
Whereas I have trouble making ships that aren't detailed.
Okay, Lucian, I'm once again in the problem here of I can't see.
Well, pray to the sun. Or get a large grid bed and stick it on your vehicle.
If by pray to the sun you mean skip the night.
Yeah, sure.
Which I'm fully willing to do so that stream can see anything but a black screen. Okay. Well, would you look at that, it's dawn already.
I would like them to add a small grid bed and like small grid character utilities at some point to the game, because like that it would mean that we could put small grid beds on things and sleep on transport vehicles, which would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, they've made it so you can have interior space inside of small craft now. Like, we've got doors, we've got seats, a variety of seats.
We've got pressurization as well.
Yeah,
but
so it makes
it's annoying that there isn't anything else. It's literally just seats.
So you'd like some luxuries.
I'd like some luxury. I think we're entitled to some luxuries.
Yeah, you essentially, I imagine what you'd be looking for is the minimum necessary to make a sleeper train.
I mean, I think we're entitled to some luxuries, you know?
Entitled?
Yes.
Oh, do we want to talk about video gamers being entitled now?
No, I think the gays are entitled to some luxuries. Specifically, the gay Space Engineers players are entitled to some luxuries.
Right, how far am I from... I can't even see your antenna, wow.
Probably because I don't have to set that far.
See, my antenna
I can see yours.
Yeah, my antenna is set to 50 kilometers. Anyways, I'm just approaching the verge, as it were.
There you go. My antenna has been set to 12 kilometers.
Oh, yep, there you are. You're about 9 behind me.
Yep. As I said, I'm drifting my way over. I actually went back and revised the Damocles' design a little bit before I uploaded it to the workshop, and I added 4 additional Gatling turrets to it, as well as an internal projector repair system, and everything.
When you say an internal projector repair system, do you just mean a projector?
A projector, yes.
Okay.
I
what you said sounded way more intense.
I also went through and turned the entire ship around for, like 180 degrees on its axis, so that it was actually facing the right way according to the projector, which was annoying. And I hate that you can't just select a specific destination to be forward on vehicles in space.
Yeah, it's based on the grid, which is
annoying.
And whilst you can kind of tell the axes in creative mirror mode, it doesn't tell you the directions of them. So you frequently end up doing, as I have on more than one occasion, building a ship backwards.
Yeah, the Damocles was when I actually built the Damocles, I built it backwards as well.
Well, the Shine Bright Morning Light doesn't really have that problem because I literally made half of it and then mirrored that. So I just glued like two end pieces of it together, which has the advantage that it is now uniformly able to dispense violence, which pretty good. And also that if you literally cut this thing in half, it would still be able to fly. So it's quite durable. Okay, so I think I'm coming up on your pipeline thing.
It's not exactly something.
Well, I'm still 2 1/3 kilometers out from it. I'm mostly curious to...
Oh, nice. That's cool,
What?
Lydia.
Yeah.
Lydia seems to have decided to put together a Hero Forge Mini and purchase it and add it to Tailspire. Which means that I now have Sarin and Lydia's minis as actual minis in the campaign.
Ooh, nice.
I've left it up to people.
These pipelines always strike me as looking like a graphical error.
I mean, a little bit, I guess.
Because they look like when something, like... I'm trying to figure the most polite way to put this. Goes a bit haywire and gets elongated.
And gets stretched. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We call that effect in Space Engineers, it actually has a Space Engineers term, spaghettification.
Well, that's a physics term, and that is also applicable, I would say. Why? Oh. Yeah, it's what happens to you when you fall into a black hole.
I see. Yeah, we call it spaghettification as well. You've got capacitization, which is when you run into something or someone at high speed, killing you and the other person, if another person is involved. And then you've got Clang, which is...
Yeah, the god of the physics engine.
And also the event of physics destabilizing. as well.
Yep.
And then you've got spaghettification, which is when someone's body
This looks like you had
out.
an idea and then changed your mind.
What do you mean?
Well, the pipeline goes in a fairly straight line directly towards the magnesium kind of area, and then it takes a sharp left turn.
What do you mean?
Well, I can see this going pretty straight towards the harbor,
Oh.
and it takes a sharp left.
The pipeline has sort of angle limitations.
That you
So you
failed to
can't-
take into account?
Well, no, it's because I had to basically get over a hill, right?
Uh-huh.
So I had to find the least steep point to get the pipeline over.
Right.
So that the angles would make a gentle curve instead of going up and down, because it physically cannot do that.
Okay, you haven't been too ridiculous with this drill, I see.
No, it's just one drill.
Okay, just the one drill, actually.
Just the one drill that spins slowly. Slowly spins, slowly extends.
As long as I'm here, I'm gonna try and take some salvage.
One of the things that I want to do is build a docking tower for the Damocles.
That is presuming we allow the Damocles to continue living.
I'm going to allow the Damocles to continue living, but
I may
in
not.
fairness, well, you'll have to defeat the Damocles first.
Do you really want to set that as a challenge for me?
I mean, I get the feeling you'd lose. I'll be honest, like.
You presume that I have been cheesing things this entire time, and not, in fact, have been refraining from cheesing things this entire time.
I have over 26 autocannons on here. I have
the capacity to make a self-printing missile.
Yes. And I have the capacity to shoot down said printed missile. We could be here all day. We don't have that kind of screen time.
Everything has the capacity to shoot down a 3D printed missile, but not everything can do it indefinitely. That's what I was thinking of when I was considering about the uranium area.
So how is your missile going to self-print itself?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, Loverboy?
Flying, that meme's old.
I think it just means Loverboy, but sure. Yep, there we go. There's multiple grids over here. I'm just trying to separate this so it declangifies a little.
Oh yeah, there's the tiny little nickel outpost that was there before.
What's left of it, yeah.
I'm currently flying over top of you.
Yep, I noticed. Yep, I definitely noticed, because now gravity is in slow motion.
Don't worry, I'll be gone soon enough.
Lang or I is one day going to punish you for your hubris with that thing.
I mean, maybe. But in fairness, we have almost everything we need at this point.
Yes, I could very easily make a missile array that just continually prints new missiles and fires them into intercontinental distance.
Yeah.
And I have exact waypoints for where you are.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be difficult.
I know, Lang. I know.
So if it is called upon that I cheese things in order to render our sim speed useful, then so be it.
I mean, my original objective
It would take me less than a stream.
My original objective for this series was to leave the planet, and technically we have all of the resources we need to do that at this point.
Oh yeah, that's relatively easy. The harder part is coming back down.
Well, no, the harder part is getting to the other planet, which is Crate, which is quite far away.
You're right, dropped some steel plates around here. Where they go? It's probably fine. So you elected not to just dig a tunnel through this pipeline then?
Do you know how long that would have taken?
I know how long you've already taken.
Yeah, and I decided that going overland was probably easier.
You're not wrong.
Unless I was willing to put the time and effort in to actually build a crawler, I couldn't be bothered.
I mean, I have very easily the capacity to just make a drone that flies at a given direction at a slow rate indefinitely with drills.
I mean, if you want to do that,
like I could make a tunnel bore machine easy. It's harder to make it print a road behind it.
I mean, if you want to do a tunnel to get the harbor
we've got a
linked up
pipeline
with the
now,
cobalt.
so it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but we need the cobalt linkage as well, remember?
Well, for that, I will be making shipping drones, who have been significantly improved and overhauled since the last time we saw the hermit crab, wherever the hell it is.
You mean downed in a forest somewhere, missing half
I know
its
that
thrust?
much, but I don't know what the coordinates of it are.
You know, I'm fairly sure it's about 238 meters behind the Iron Bazaar, in the wrong direction from where its original destination was.
Very strange, but yes, they've been overhauled. So now, in addition to having an emergency landing state in the event that they are low power, they also can take more than two waypoints. They'll still navigate between them very cleverly, but if in the event that you want them on a more timely schedule, you can give them more waypoints to plot an actual route. Because whilst they're fully capable of surmounting basically any mountain they find, it does take a bit. Particularly since the higher up they go, the more subject they are to crosswinds.
I mean, I can just drift there, Lydia. It's just that just drifting there would take
Let me see, my first
several
stop for getting
hours.
a drone miner is probably going to be the
And
Cobalt.
I don't think we have that kind of time on this stream.
Hey, Muck. How you doing? I had a lot of pain this week. Hence, bonus stream and 2 missed streams. But I have also been working on a whole ton of stuff, too. Which the patrons can attest to. And which, if the very bizarre first, 20 seconds of stream is anything to show, everyone else will know fairly soon. Although I'm not 100% certain on the scheduling of when I'll reveal that, purely because, unfortunately, and this is extremely homophobic, Friday the 13th more or less only happens once a year, and it already happened this year. About 2 months ago.
Sounds like a you problem.
Well, I'm going to make it a time problem. Oh god, I just engaged cruise control and then streaming happened. What else? Oh dear.
I mean, you might have come into range of the Damocles again.
Probably. Again, we need to get rid of the damn thing.
I like it.
I'm sure you do, and you can happily keep a projection of it, but I feel like it is making things unplayable.
Lying. A projection of it is worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
Lord.
actually is. Like, a projection of the Damocles is actively worse than the Damocles itself, because the way Space Engineers handles projections is awful.
Well, I'm definitely within range of it now. I can see the damn thing. Is the water back?
Nope.
Okay. I can just kind of see a big wet mark on the sand beneath me.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't sure what that was. How about we cast it into space? It will then always exist, and I will just never have to worry about it again.
I mean, we definitely could strap a pair of large grid thrusters to this thing and then boost it into space. I've done it with this sort of thing before.
Great. Can you do it within the next, like, hour?
Technically.
Great. There's your project for the night.
We don't have any water, though.
But we should still have plenty of hydrogen.
We've got some, but I don't know if we have enough to boost, like, 4 large thrusters.
So what if we blew it up?
What if we blew you up?
Well, that won't solve our problem.
I mean, it'll solve your problem.
I will respawn. The Damocles won't.
And here's the thing. Your problem is yours. I don't actually have a problem with the Damocles.
Because you're the host.
I mean, yes.
You're the host, you great flaming dingbat.
Uh-huh. And? Your point?
How am I meant to collab stream under these conditions? The conditions of every time I get within like 4 kilometers of you, the game starts stuttering.
I mean, this would definitely be easier on a dedicated server, that's for sure.
Oh yes, there is a little outlets from here. I noticed that there might have been one on the map, but it's disguised by the
There's actually 2
batteries.
There's actually 2. There's one on each side of the lake.
Oh. Right, I'm probably going to want to stop and charge a little bit.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, because I've still got another 30 kilometers to get to the Iron Bazaar, and I'm down to 24 minutes. And there's Mount Low altitude warning.
How about you host instead, Saw? I mean, probably not a good idea.
Whoever hosts it, firstly, Saw is in Australia. Whoever hosts it also needs to have like, but basically has like full control over the mod pack, which we would prefer would be one of us.
But also, Saw being in Australia is the main reason why I'd say that's a bad idea.
That too, yes.
Like, I have seen Wasted play with people from Australia who've been hosting in Australia, and it is terrifying to watch. Because everything happens, like, 1.5 seconds later than it should.
Yeah, I'm over here and it's basically just constant streaming.
Well,
Which,
I'll be landing
admittedly,
soon.
makes sense. This is a streaming save. But... I am quite happy with the shine bright morning lights. It's definitely not maneuverable, but it brings a mighty wallop.
You know, I won't deny, I am tempted to... Well...
Is there a smoke alarm going off in your place?
No?
I swear I just heard a beep.
Oh, yeah, there is something that has been beeping somewhere in the apartment for the past 3 days. And I don't know what it is. And
no.
I'm not the one who deals with these things either.
Not?
So, no, I'm not. I'm
I have
subletting.
spotted a potential slight problem with the pipeline. Which is that every single linkage counts as a valid target for targeting.
Yeah, it is. It does. I am tempted to just drive the Damocles at some point, just sort of drive it into a wall of grinders. Because, yeah, I won't
Please
deny.
let me watch.
Please let you watch. I mean, I'll let you build the wall if you want.
Oh, I'll get a couple of drones mining, and then we'll see.
I won't deny, it is a little bit laggy, and I would like to build something else. Something a little smaller and more maneuverable.
Okay, coming into land. Coming into land quite quickly, but coming into land. Although I love that every time I hit down, my power consumption estimate goes up to like 11-12 hours. There's just so much thrust involved in keeping this thing in the air.
I think I've run out of canvas.
What do you mean you've run out of canvas? And in what fashion is this relevant?
Canvas. Well, the canvas is what I use for my harpoons.
Oh! Are you telling me you can't land?
Give me a sec.
Or you can't anchor at the very least?
No, I have canvas, it's just not in the harpoons for some reason.
Using a server host or just having someone host it on their PC? It is just Lucian's PC. Actually, because Space Engineer servers are a little wonky. They're kind of a pest.
Kind of is an understatement.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one put together for my community since like 2020.
Well, they're Windows-only servers, which is one of the problems.
Okay, can I dock with the connector used by the Hermit Crab? Potentially. There we go. Okay, set to charge, and remember that it's on charge this time. Yeah, every time I move around, there's like a slight moment where it's like, oh, hang on, yes, you are actually slightly over here. Work for Keen and help fix their game code? I mean, I've already, like, spoken to their community manager to pass along, like, advice on their AI code to the,
trust me,
to the devs.
You would not want to work for Keen.
If they want more out of me, pay me. But...
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. The Damocles is landed and anchored.
Grinder, computer, motor, large steel tube, construction components, and steel plates. That's not inconceivable.
No, it's not. I mean, here's the thing. You would need to create a grinder wall.
Or a pit, more at least. At
no,
least a pit.
It would have to be a wall.
Why?
Because you can't realistically put the Damocles in a pit.
Why not?
Do you want to make a pit the length of the Damocles?
I mean, it would probably be easier than making one that's shaped to its silhouettes. Particularly because it's going to descend the more that you get rid of it.
Not really. Like, it won't descend the more you get rid of it.
You had that exact problem printing it.
No, I had that problem because it didn't have any hydrogen in it.
And there's a question. What happens when you grind away a hydrogen cell that's got hydrogen in it?
It lets the hydrogen bend.
Okay. It's moving. Why is it moving?
It is moving. No, it's fine. It's just drifting.
Just blow it up? That's what I'm saying, Mark. Boom.
Yeah,
Just
but look
destroy
at
it.
how many pieces are on it. Look at how much resources we have on that thing. Just in the frame alone.
We'll give it the Hindenburg treatment, and then we'll salvage whatever's left as we need it.
Yeah, no, that's not a good idea.
Or at least we won't have to hear that noise every time it's within 40 meters of us.
Well, anyway, the best thing to do is build a grinder wall that's 7 tall by 7 wide-ish. Well, 9 tall by 7 wide. And then just fly it into it.
That requires 63 grinders.
Yes.
63 grinders, Lucian.
How many do you think you need to lay out a grinder pit the size of the Damocles?
Well, it'd be narrower for one thing, so it'd be easier to print en masse. But just... Ugh.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be narrower. It would still have to be 7 wide. But it would be probably 3 times as long.
63 grinders is what you're telling me.
Yes, you're gonna need a lot of phones.
Or, counterpoint, I just take the artillery to the assault cannons on the underside of this thing, and I cut it into manageable chunks.
It'll make it worse. I'll build a grinder wall.
It's gonna crash? No, what's happening, I believe, is that it's not able to land because as soon as it touches voxels, it thinks it's landed and will never go up again.
Well, it won't go up again until we reset the world. Because the Zeppelin mod is
several
relatively
times.
old.
Also, I've just noticed that the top of the warehouse says Lou.
What?
The top of the warehouse says Lou.
Where?
Facing from the docks on the left. On the roof. I guess this is quite the water closet.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that was unintentional.
That is the most positive joke I can make at your expense with regards to this place. I could make comments about the inventory sorting system, for instance.
Get it.
Right, I'm out of hydrogen. There we go.
I need some...
Thankfully, my survival kit up here can repair that.
I mean, next time we do a series like this, Lying, I'll let you build the base, and I'll build everything else.
Me.
Ye?
E. Excite. Happy flapping. Okay, let's see.
I mean, in fairness, as I said, like, my original objective for this was to get to Crate, which is a planet basically on the other side of the system, which meant we needed gold. Now we have gold.
In order to make superconductors and how to make jump drives.
Yes. Now we have gold, or we have a way to source gold that is technically accomplished, right?
Yes, except that we don't actually have anything over there to get the gold, but yes.
I mean, I brought back like 4,000-ish.
That particular goal is now unimpeded. It is not necessarily accomplished.
I mean, I suppose.
How up the wall has that beeping driven you thus far?
Well, considering it was happening while I was trying to get to sleep,
Oh.
Yeah. Like, at this point, it's been happening so often that I've sort of tuned it out.
Can you fly the Damocles vertically? I don't think so because of how the cells work that are making it float in the first place.
I mean, technically, yes, Muck. But it doesn't work the way you think it does.
Of course it doesn't. Right, I think I have enough power here. So, battery's off charge. I've got about 56 minutes. It's probably fine. If not, this thing has served its purpose and I can print it more easily later. So I know you mean well, but kindly drop it with the "please let me play with you" jokes. Jesus. I'm like nearly a kilometer away and I'm hearing that thing clanging.
Where are you?
Up.
Up? Oh, are you...
I'm off.
Oh, you're off. I see. And I'm building a grinder wall.
Nosedive it into the ground from space. That would be interesting to see.
I've done that with a
much
different ship, and it killed the save, so...
Ah, right. Let's not do that, in fact.
Well, lag wall was the welder wall. I'm not sure how well
Yes.
the grinders are going to behave. But I have now built a grinder wall.
Well, at least let me know before you turn it on. Especially if I'm flying at the time.
I won't.
Why?
Well, you've been complaining about the Damocles the entire time, so I think I have good cause.
You're speaking to me for a raven. Of course you have good cause. It's a very nice raven.
Shut up. You and your puns.
Okay, I'm on the way back. To where all of my supplies are. Unfortunately, the SPML does not have an emergency landing state, so we'll see how well this goes. Because I know for a fact that it struggles to get over Mount Low altitude. So I might have to make a detour.
Something that I might have to do is make sure that all of the weapons and everything on the Damocles are empty before I start grinding it down.
Yes, because if you grind something that has munitions from Warfare 2 in it, it explodes.
Yep.
Which my patrons have discovered to their peril.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun time, isn't it? Refill my hydrogen.
I've been trying to design a craft that can actually travel the planet at relatively higher speed, but only problem I have is if I make things go too fast, they burst into flame. Which
Yes.
is right annoying problem, that.
Yeah, I mean, that is what deadly re-entry does.
This isn't even re-entry, it's not even exit.
Well, that's what air friction does then.
Aerodynamics, shakes fist. How many people do you have in a server community? Half a dozen, a dozen? I'm not sure.
Space Engineers caps out, realistically speaking, at about 32 players on a server at any one time. And that's a good server. So, yeah, realistically...
About a dozen would be the general target.
Yeah, about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen at a stretch. You wouldn't want to hit the 32 cap. Wasted tried to put up a server with a 64 player cap. It did not go well. It did not go well at all.
Detouring to the cobalt mine.
Like, they had to split the server down into 2 32-player servers, and even then it was laggy. Construction components.
Which honestly, I know that Space Engineers in general is a little bit hell to get with duct tape, but the fact that we have 2 people on this server and 1 build is tanking it.
Well, in fairness, this is me hosting it on my computer. If it was hosted on a dedicated, it would be a lot better. Like, any Space Engineers player will tell you that dedicated servers usually work with hosting a lot better and are a lot better at handling this sort of thing.
I see you're grinding. Now my game is frozen because the Damocles is loading in. There we go. Always want to try this, but these games are much more fun with lower people. You're not wrong. It's sort of a similar situation to, I think, Sea of Thieves, where it's nice to sail around on a solo sloop, but you don't get a lot done as a solo sloop most of the time. And when people show up to make you get less done as a solo sloop, there's not a lot you can do as a solo. But playing around with like a galleon with friends, lots of fun. You get a fair bit of
Space Engineers does have its single-player merits, I would say. But playing with other people, I've always found, is a lot better. Just because, as much as playing on your own is fun for getting, like, new designs out, I prefer playing on my own in creative and doing survival with friends. Because there's more people there to share the load if something goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Share the load. Boy, there's a deep memory.
That one I don't recognize. Or at least I've repressed.
It's from Lord of the Rings Return of the King.
Oh. Yeah, no.
It's Sam saying he can carry the ring as well, but the internet made it filthy.
Oh, right. Yes, no, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Okay, 2.5 kilometers from Cobalt. The test case for my automated mining drill. Hey Krasinski, do not quote the Firefly lore to me. I was there when it was young.
You were there when it was young? Okay, sure. Not there when it was written, I guess.
Well, no, I didn't exactly know Josh Whedon at the time.
At the time? You mean you know him now?
No comment.
Low.
How dare you insinuate that I know Josh Whedon? If I end up in the same circles as Joss Whedon, I have gone wrong somewhere quite horribly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how low... How close to the road can I get here? Without utterly crashing this thing?
Dunno. See if you can find out.
I have to, in order to, like, make sure I get home. God, the truckleweed is going to feel luxurious compared to this thing.
Well, you did design it to be very austere and sort of functional.
Oh, I might have overspeeded this. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, no, I think I've got it. I think I'm good. Oh. You can bring up overquotes. Well, no power in the verse could stop you. Well, except Lucian. Lucian could stop you.
I could stop.
You absolutely could stop.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to stop you, but the Bible was mighty light on kneecaps.
What?
Sorry, I'm just like delving deep into my adolescence to pull out quotes from Firefly and things.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure which would be worse, Firefly quotes or Buffy quotes.
I mean, I don't know. I hear that they were both very popular shows, but I never watched either of them, so...
I think the trouble with Buffy is that A, there is an expanded universe of Buffy, and B, it lasted for so much longer. What the hell just happened to the bottom of my ship?
No.
I think it thought I just hit a tree.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
Okay, just finding out, apparently.
I think I'm gonna build something like a fighter jet or something.
I still haven't figured out how to work aerodynamics properly for those.
How do
So
you
I'm
mean?
still very much just brute forcing it. Don't need to worry about aerodynamics if your ship doesn't care. Actively doesn't care.
This is, I suppose, true.
I mean, that's basically how, like, most quadcopter drones work. Don't need to care about aerodynamics if you've got, like, full axis thrust. Set this up to 40. So it's a bit more consistent. At the very least, the SBML has such a narrow profile that it is more or less a flying wing.
I mean, not how I would
heaviest wing
describe
imaginable.
it, but sure.
The heaviest wing imaginable, but aerodynamically,
I mean, I suppose.
this would be the weirdest thing to just like see hovering down your road, I gotta say. You open your front door with your morning cuppa, you're in your dressing gown, you look up, and then you just see a large grey rectangle bespooned in various guns just floating past slowly. It's an eraser. There's a non-zero amount of similarity to an eraser. Rubber, as we used to call them here. Although I believe rubber means something else in the US, so...
Yes, I believe it does.
But the US are weird.
Yeah, they are.
They call trousers pants.
What's with that?
I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Should be rounding the corner any day now. Oh god, did you just turn the grinders on?
No.
Well, my FPS just tanked for some reason.
Well, I'll get rid of the Damocles soon enough, so...
In case anybody's wondering, the way that this is the way that the control scheme of the SBML is set up is that you cannot turn whilst it's in whilst it's in cruise control mode. But you can use the roll keys to turn it when it's out of that. Otherwise, it is very dedicated to staying flat to gravity. Somewhat by necessity. I say somewhat, entirely by necessity. As we saw at the start, if this thing ends up on its side, it is quite difficult to actually go any other direction. It's not actually very top or bottom heavy or anything, it just lacks sufficient thrust to lift its side.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try and make an airship next time, who knows. I could try and make an airship, shipping drone. That'd be pretty power safe.
Yeah, you just have to...
How hard are they to control going up or down, though, I guess is the question.
You have a limited degree of control, is the main thing with airships. It's a case of you can dictate a target altitude, and it will try and stick to that target altitude.
Right.
But within a maybe 30 to 50 meter margin of error. Oh, smaller than that, actually. It's more like a 10 to 20 meter margin of error. But if you're higher up, the margin of error gets bigger, basically.
Right. That's quite a margin.
Like, basically, it'll bob up and down around the target altitude. Like, that's what you've seen the Damocles do, basically.
Yeah. There we go. PID controller has figured out 30 meters per second again. And what the PID controller does is it basically tries to minimize the error between the target forward velocity and the cruise control set velocity. And it does that progressively over time, so it gets better, narrows in. And once it's there, it is effectively just minimizing thrust to only the amount you need to keep going at that speed. Makes it very efficient. It's a lot better than just like manually controlling the thrust overrides. But the unfortunate paradox of automation is that I have made things way easier to control and in the process left myself with less to do.
Well, more to build. You sounded like you were just in a mug of tea just then, like...
I might have been. About 4 kilometers out of the nickel mine over here. Pretty sure I can't dock the SBML to it, but who knows? Plan for these automated drones is I make the drones, I give them a docking connector, which I then connect to a conveyor sorter to a large cargo container, at least one, and then I have on top of that a connector for a shipping drone to dock to and extract however much it needs. And then some kind of power supply that's probably going to need to be relatively substantial, which might be a problem for us currently. But what that will mean is that, especially with the size of these deposits, I can literally just tell the drones whenever they've finished mining out a given area, okay, start mining out this area, and I will not have to rebuild a single thing, no matter how far apart those areas are. It's honestly about the only solution I could think of for this, short of just making an entire mobile mining rig.
That's fair.
Which I guess would be the, like, vanilla solution to this. It's like you just make a flying effectively. And then maybe you dock like a smaller shipping craft to it and just fly that back manually. But as far apart as these deposits are, we don't want to be doing things manually.
Yeah, that's true.
is interested in my drone code that I've been working on, you can head over to my GitHub for that. Because I have been putting all of my codes there. There's a Space Engineers repository. I think my most recent debacle is a packet handler, because I've been trying to make it so that two drones could fear that they talk to each other. Which is a lot harder than it meaningfully should be, but here we are.
The nickel mine isn't.
Oh, the one at the old outpost we destroyed?
Yeah. The antenna isn't showing for some reason. High five. Thank you for the positive checking, teacher.
Are you out of power?
No?
Okay, just checking, because that would be a fairly obvious problem we would have right now.
Ah, it's fine. The nickel has started coming through. I was just worried because, well, I wasn't getting any nickel through at the moment, but now it has actually started coming in.
Well, it's also a single drill on a piston. It should necessarily go forever.
Well, yeah, no. What I meant was I was getting stone, and that was it. But,
yeah. Well, that's the other thing, is these deposits aren't very deep, ultimately speaking.
Well, no, they're not, but they are wide.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is you have to. They're massive enough that you only really need to find one of them, but they're not. They're shallow enough, I guess would be the phrase, that you have to keep moving your drill.
Yeah, that much is true. Yay, nickel.
My thoughts exactly. Okay, that was... Space Engineer's character, could you kindly stop shoving your head into a wall?
I think the answer's going to be no on that end line.
There we go. Alt, not Shift. Apparently, when you... Pushing Shift is what puts you into sprint mode, isn't it?
Yes?
Right. Because that was cancelling my crouch, which I was using to be able to see the port on the side of this thing.
Yeah.
But it was then clipping me into the armor plating.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Mine is definitely not much longer for this world, but is handled by that programmable lock, which turns it off as soon as it's over a certain capacity volume. It turns it back on when it's under. Which basically means this thing can never overflow by itself. One of the smaller little pieces of convenience I've added here. Oh, yep. And it has just turned itself on because it's under that threshold. Lovely. Power of code.
Sounds like fun.
Does it? Does it really?
No. No, it does not.
It's fun for me. It's a lot of fun for me.
Well, I'm glad you at least find it fun.
Well, it'd be dangerous if I didn't.
I find it funny that you can technically build these grinders and activate them even without the computers. Like, the computers in the grinders are not required to make the grinders functional.
They're after the functional step, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Ah.
Which is quite funny, actually, when you think about it.
That raises some questions, logically, doesn't it?
A few.
Like, what are those computers doing?
Yeah.
What is their primary function? Are they the thing that analyzes what you're getting, maybe? Or are they maybe, like...
Maybe.
Are they the thing that tells the grinder to stop?
Perhaps. Computers are for ownership things.
Well, they're above the functional step, not the hack step.
They're above both.
Yeah.
Because the hack step is below the functional step.
Exactly. So, in theory, they were
Which I always found
to...
weird. Like, why would you put the hack step up below the functional step?
Yes, because having it change ownership or such whilst it was running would be potentially a big headache.
I guess.
Best guess. Oh, this thing is going to be so low power by the time it gets home, but it will get home. And now it is also carrying about 25,000 nickel.
The grinder wall has been finished.
Alright, let's see, yes, I am above the horizon, let me have a look. Makes the grinder safer to hack? Yeah.
Now I'm going to extract all of the items from the ship before I activate the grinders.
Yes, very wise. I'm just flying over the riverbed. Just around which, of course, is the bazaar. Oh, that reminds me. We have an abandoned homestead, don't we? Well, our original base was along. It was in like the middle of nowhere compared to any of the resources, but we also had like a little. I built a hydrogen facility along the river nearby.
Well, it was on the edge of the ocean, actually.
Oh. Yeah, that's where the tumbleweed was. Somewhere, yeah. That's presumably that hasn't erased.
No, that should still be there somewhere.
I'm fairly certain we turned off cleanup after I got cleaned up. I don't recall if we did so before we left that base.
No, cleanup has not been turned off. Has been turned off longer than the base existed. I think.
I wonder how that place is doing. I don't know if I even have coordinates for it.
I have coordinates for it, I think. Yeah, home base, 34.40 kilometers away.
Ah, that one. Let's see where. Oh, yeah, 25 for me. I know this is Space Engineers, and so if I go and look at that place, it will be in pristine condition exactly as we left it. But I kind of want to just imagine. I'm going to not look and just imagine that it's become overgrown and rusted.
Well, what we can do in the future, if we do something, well, when we do something like this again, is we can install the Rust mod and have everything that isn't maintained slowly turn rusty.
I'm always a massive sucker for urban decay. I love the way things fall apart over time as nature reclaims it.
You know, you're the second person in the past few weeks to say that.
Oh? Who was the first?
AJ. Who is a friend of mine who is very much into plants and nature and the idea of industrial overgrowth.
I think I'm less into nature, and I'm more interested in how the systems interact, how the materials of a thing shape the way that it falls apart and such, and how nature interacts with that. Like the fact that iron rusts when it's exposed to oxygen and chiefly moisture. So whenever it's fully submerged, it rusts on the outer surface, but then the rest of it is basically fine. But if it's above the surface, it doesn't tend to get very much rust. But if it's right on the waterline, it rusts to high heaven. Ooh. I made a mod from Minecraft about this. I don't know what you're talking about, NickMat97. Certainly no record of such a thing exists, I'm sure. I think I would remember. Does that also make things snowy and mossy? I know there's snowy paint, but I don't know if there's mossy. Is there? I can check, I guess. Oh, but apparently in a ship, so P is the park key. Never mind. Ah, bizarre, sweet bizarre.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and figure out a smaller sort of fighter vehicle design. Because, I want to make an interesting looking, fighter style thing. But I'm not really sure how to go about it in this sort of way. Environment? Yeah, I suppose. I wanted to have the similar aesthetic feel as the dampers. Like that massive sort of industrial diesel pump style.
Yeah, making some of the same style is easy.
Yeah.
Making stuff that will not cause lag to the entire planetoid. I hope it was so much easier.
Well, you say that, but for me...
Oh no, oh no.
Well,
there is mossy paint, looks a bit like grass. Okay, that's good to know.
I am putting the gold in the refinery. Oh, and I should probably fill up my hydrogen again.
Ah, art. Let me see. Oh yep, there is a mossy armor texture. There's also a dust armor.
Yes, there's mossy, there's dusty, there's rusty, and then there's rusty.
This sounds like the dusty, the dusty verse roll call.
The dusty verse roll call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So there's the termite right there. So I need.
Okay. Damocles is now empty.
Does that mean it's about to get hectic?
It is indeed. It is about to get ground down.
I'm getting firmer receipts for this. Once it loads in, anyways.
Grinders on.
Stevo's sounds like a steampunk cowboy robot setting, with an ender dragon, probably, but yes. Dusty is a frequent participant in both of our fandoms, I believe, so...
Yes. Dusty is actually one of my moderators.
Somehow, yeah. I don't know why you thought that was wise.
I trust them.
I wouldn't.
Well, you're you, Live. And I'm me. And I trust Aluka as well, and Aluka's worse.
Aluka I would trust more than Dusty, I want to say. Not
Aluka is worse.
Not to besmirch Dusty or anybody without them being present, but you know.
Like, I trust most of the gremlins, actually.
They're called the Gremlins, my guy.
Yeah, they're called the gremlins. That doesn't mean I don't trust them.
Okay,
Like,
sure
I've
all
known
of the
them
guns
long.
and such are empty.
I've known them. Yes, they are.
Okay,
I've known the Gremlins long enough to be able to say that yeah, I would trust most of them, like the ones that I know well enough. Actually, let me check that the Gatling guns have also got their ammo checked now.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. I'm not sure how Gatling ammo reacts, to be quite honest.
I'm gonna say explodes.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure all of it explodes. I know we had one incident in the carousel, say, with the patrons, where Cam, who I believe is in chat, ground down part of a salvaged and repurposed enemy drone that we used to attack the base. And us not realizing that grinding down a cargo container holding assault cannon shells would make it explode, made it explode.
Sounds about right.
Yep, yep. Well, I can just see, just to the left of the pipeline over there, I can see the remains of the bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be invisible once we fix the water.
Okay, here we go.
You sure all the grinders are on?
Yes.
Okay.
I turned them on just before I decided to do this. You'll be able to tell by the sparks.
Yeah, the hard part I feel here is going to be making sure this thing stays directly, like, aligned to the grid.
Oh no, that's relatively easy.
I also feel like there's definitely going to be bits and pieces just falling off this as subgrids get hit.
Oh, probably. Yep, there it goes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had just, like, cleaved the grinder for a hot second there, but yes.
No, I haven't.
Hey, Dusty.
Hey, Debbie.
I'm seeing scrap metal.
Lang was talking shit about you, Dusty.
Well, we're specifically referring to the dust. Oh, that's a boom. I am seeing bits and pieces flying off this thing.
Yep.
Yeah, there's parts that are just flying off because this thing is so incredibly chiseled that there are parts that are only connected to parts ahead of them.
I think it's actually because some parts are on subgrids.
That too. But currently you haven't even made it to the first cell, and there's pieces just flying off the thing.
Yeah.
It's making its way through that, though.
Slowly but surely.
It's practically just littering. Oh, this is a sight. Maybe sinking a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Is that just from the weight loss?
I think, yeah, it's from the grid trying to adjust.
Okay, we appear to have hit the poop deck. I think one of the pieces of debris just went into orbit, but other than that...
Yes, yeah, that'll be the heat effects. Hitting something that's gone too fast and is vaporizing it, basically.
We're not even like 40 meters off the ground.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Okay, yep, we've definitely hit the poop deck now.
We haven't hit the first balloon yet, though.
No, I'm waiting to see that. I'm waiting to see what happens with that. Hasn't even hit the conveyor going into the first balloon. At which point, by the way, you're going to struggle to slow down.
Yes.
Because there's like 4 different reverse thrusters up here. The witch called they also want to watch the ship be scrapped. Oh? News to me. You're way off to the right, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm adjusting that.
You're through the connectors. Oh yeah. You've cut the conveyor lines at the front cell. Saw you use lying do witch voice. Oh, I see. Right, sorry, I missed that a while ago. I was too busy in awe of watching this thing die.
Whoa! My God! I don't know what just happened.
It hit the hydrogen cell.
And span! That was a hell of a spin.
Whoa! Somebody clip that.
Well,
arms, I think, but oh.
There go the grinders. But the Damocles is still intact.
Yeah, one so apparently, as we've discovered, the hydrogen cells do explode.
No, I think the hydrogen cell was grinding down fine, but then one of the subgrids got loose and clipped into it, causing it to explode.
And are you still capable of piloting it into that thing?
Yes. All of the thrust is located along the middle and the back.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of the wall is gone. Oh no, the reverse thrusters are at the back as well.
Well, what were the thrusters I was seeing at the front then?
Auxiliary.
Uh-huh, right. Man, it's like confetti around here. Jesus. Well... Oh no, it's not gonna have, it doesn't have pipes on the bottom, so it's not actually gonna be able to feed back in.
Yeah.
Welp. Time for me to work, I guess. Which means I need my timer out for 3 hours. Dear Lord, 3 hours, 3 minutes, 5 minutes? Was it 3 minutes? 3 minutes of witch voice.
Wow. It really is confetti. It really is.
Yeah, I did tell you. I did tell you. Yes, 3 minutes. Good. Okay. 3 minutes, witch voice starting now. Right. Now that that thing has been led to an unfortunate demise, eventually, let's start an R&D project. That problem.
Damocles go spin. Yep. That was unexpected, but quite entertaining.
Immaculately entertaining. I could certainly do with a much better printing system over here, but, well, I suppose this will have to do for the time being.
Oh god, there's so much scrap metal. And tiny pieces all over the place.
Surprised.
Just to expedite this process, I'm actually just gonna make this grinder wall in creative because it'll just be faster and I'll delete it in creative later.
Are you suggesting you're going to cheat?
Well, yes.
Hardly very sporting.
Well, usually I wouldn't, but you've been complaining so much.
I don't know what you mean. I've simply been putting forward the public goods, me being the public.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sure, like.
It's hardly my concern.
Nice, there we go.
But also it is a dreadful thing that needs to die, so the faster you can do it.
Well, I'd hardly call it dreadful. It's quite a pretty thing.
You tried to kill it and it exploded.
Yes, it's being very resistant to dying.
Lydia, it is all quite right to enjoy the ship, but it is, nonetheless, quite a dreadful thing to live with. But there's dreadfully a many pretty thing that one wouldn't want to live with, I can imagine. Oh, and that is time up. Yay. I wonder how long I can actually sustain Witch Voice for. There's the question.
I mean, you used to have to do it for long periods of time when you were, like...
I mean, I did, like,
filming.
half-an-hour videos or such. I wonder if I can do it for, like, an entire stream, though.
Depends.
Oh?
Well, it depends on how long the stream is, for a start.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a pretty ship, but it is utterly unplayable to be anywhere near it. Unless you're the host. Somehow describes it as appropriately parasitic an entity.
Sure.
I could do it almost 7 more times. That's not you doing Witch Voice, though. That's still me. Stay. Okay. Just gotta position this way now.
Alright. Fine. It's going. It's not...
Oh.
Yeah. The... As much as I do like the aerodynamics... Well, not the aerodynamics. The Zeppelin mod. It's so finicky at this point that I'm just deleting the Damocles outright.
Wow.
Like, it just stopped working all of a sudden. Like, the Zeppelin mod just stopped. So yeah, it's gone.
My condolences for your loss.
Well, I knew it was going to happen eventually, to be honest. Right. We managed to salvage some stuff and peppered the rest of the area with tiny blocks.
Yes.
If anything, all we've succeeded in demonstrating is that the Damocles is a relatively effective PvP weapon. In that...
Its existence is a weapon.
Exactly. Its existence is a weapon. I mean, I basically just did that fire. I basically just bobbed it out of existence by... Like... I've lost the parts that were inside it for the most part, but at the end of the day, at this point, it's better than what was going on with it. Yeah, but if you guys are interested in using the Damocles for yourselves, it is on the workshop. I uploaded it to the workshop a few, maybe like a week or so ago now, I think. And it's relatively, Like, it is an updated version from the one that that we actually used on this save. It has a few additional bits and pieces that make it a little more complete. For example, it actually has some extra Gatling guns for, like, point defense. It has a variety of additional bits and pieces. 25th of last month. Thank you, Fire. Yes. So it's a little more up to date than the one that was on this save. But yeah, if you guys want to go and check that out, it is on my Steam Workshop page. And maybe one of these days, one of my creations shall reach the front page of Steam, but it is not today. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how the Damocles turned out. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah,
like,
it looks great. I will give you that.
Yeah, I spent enough time on it, and eventually I was just like, okay, if I spend any more time on this, I will drive myself insane. So I decided, you know what, I have to call it done at some point, and I was like, yeah, this'll do. I'm happy enough with this that I'm willing to put it out on the workshop without thinking too much more about it. So yeah. I mean, I'd say good luck to you, Fire, considering that, as far as I remember, your system isn't particularly great, and the Damocles will probably kill your computer. So good luck.
Okay. That should be a good enough place for this to be.
Okay. I need to design a fighter craft of some sort.
How is the magnesium mine, out of curiosity?
Not built yet, but we do have magnesium processing. I will put together the pipeline necessary for the magnesium mine now, actually. That shouldn't take too long. It's like 2.29 kilometers away, so that should mean about three pipeline segments.
Turn on the auto lock and unlock. Oh, and it's raining. Now I should be able to just take us to the proximity of at least one of these welders.
I actually need to finish welding up the input point to the pipeline, the nickel mine, on this end.
Oh boy, this thing's heavy. Somehow this thing is heavy. Well, this thing gets too heavy. I'm gonna just ask the station to actually make more motors, because I know it has the capacity now. And more batteries, because that uses as well.
Yeah, I like my beams fire.
They do look nice.
I do like using the beams. I prefer... I would like it if they had more texture on the sides. I will say that.
Yes. Yeah, they're a bit...
That would be nice.
They're a bit bland and empty for the most part, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay, nickel is flowing in.
Nice.
Is this nickel? Yes, and is the nickel refinery connected? Yes, it is. Nice.
It's a little hard to see because it's getting foggy around here. But this is the Termite Medi. Because the original one I retitled to the Termite Mini. When I realized its capacity was not very useful.
Okay, nickel is now piped into the system.
Nice.
Okay.
And the goal of this thing is not to be a rapid miner, but to be a reliable unmanned miner. We don't have to be involved, so we can just leave it to its own devices and it'll happily get things done. Let's see, that's good. We are a bit light, possibly, on steel plates, though. Incomplete antenna, incomplete ejector. 70 armor blocks remaining. Only 2 gyroscopes though, so that's good. What am I seeing at this corner that's not done? A conveyor thing. Just needs fixing up. There we go. Why not just carry enough ammo? Well... You always need more ammo than you think. It's I think the easiest way to put it.
That is definitely true.
Carrying enough ammo means carrying as much ammo as you think you'll need, but you always need more.
Always more.
Except for us, because we built for massive overkill those last 2 fights.
Yes, the Damocles was very much massive overkill, and the Shine Bright was, yeah, massive overkill, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, we didn't want to spend like 3 streams going back and forth versus the thing, so we just made sure we throw way more than enough. Motors and construction components, apparently. Nope, not in the system. Okay. That song is apparently just stuck in my head.
Which one?
It's one of the tunes from Sea of Thieves.
Oh. Dun 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 dun.
Exactly. I forget which song it is exactly, but it's just always stuck in my head. So I hear those first opening notes. It just completes itself automatically.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised the other day when I suddenly, out of nowhere, just started humming. Da 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 da. And I was like,
that's Thomas the
where?
Tank Engine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I was like, where the hell has that come from? But yeah. Definitely one of the weirder things I've started humming recently.
Oh dear.
Hmm?
The control scheme on this drone just kicked in, and it's now trying to fly away into the sky with me.
That sounds like a problem.
It's fine. I can overpower it. Ish. You prefer Thomas the Tank Engine? Thomas the Tank Engine is a very... It's an experience.
Sure, you could definitely call Thomas the Tank Engine an experience.
God, this is like fighting a balloon.
Yeah, imagine trying to do that, but now it's on a Zeppelin balloon instead.
There we go. Right. What mode do you think you're in that you're trying to move? Trying to update the orientation. You couldn't update your orientation reference because your remote isn't finished, you silly thing. You should not be out of hydrogen, surely.
I mean, you do have a ice stockpile, right?
Should. Oh, tank 2 is like the tank is in fact completely empty. Yep. I'm out of hydrogen.
Energy critical.
That's gonna complicate matters. And ordinarily, this place would be completely stocked to the gills with hydrogen, but we have no water. So,
Yep.
hydrogen has gone walkies. I think that's the block right there. Can I get to it is the next question. Whoop. Ow. Come on, I just need to finish that, and I think it'll be able to be remote controlled. Possibly have a long enough battle that you would run out of ammo. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, I just need to reach that one block there. Ugh. Okay, let's see if I can at least get that welded.
There we go. Oh, wait, no.
Okay, a little to the right. And down, please.
There we go.
Come on, down. Come on, a little more.
No energy.
Oh. Ah, so dark. I can't see anything.
How do you think I felt most streams?
Oh no, I can't see anything because I ran out of energy and suddenly my flashlight wasn't working anymore.
Ah. know my jetpack fuel is critical. We have literally no way of resolving that right now. Yeah, what happened, Chad, if you're unaware, is we usually have water on this planet, which means that there is no ice. It is all liquid water, and it is effectively infinite ice. Except that mod broke a little while back.
Yeah, and I haven't... Well, I knew that it wasn't working on Thursday, but I haven't checked since. Because I usually check, like, a few hours before we actually stream, and I wasn't really expecting to stream today, so, you know.
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't in interminable pain today.
I mean, I don't think that's something you should apologize for, lying. I'll be honest.
No, it's fine. I'll go get a hammer. I can fix it.
Shut up.
Bring this back a bit. Then I might be able to reach this. If I can get the remote control working, it'll have all of its vital reference points, and it'll actually, hopefully, not fly into the sky.
Well, one could hope.
There you are. Oh, it was literally one motor shy, really? Ah, of course it was. There. Okay. It's got a bunch of things that aren't finished yet, but now all of it's over. But its overrides should now be at 0. Yes. Okay. Phew. I think it's about to run out of power as well. And make it just a very heavy thing for the Truckleweed to deal with.
Okay, that's that side linked up.
How's the sunshine on your end?
Decent-ish. It's going down slowly at the moment. Green cone time.
What's up, Muck? Just realized Lang is doing the TD streamer thing today. Am I?
I mean, when are you not, is the better question.
I mean, not since June 30th, 2020, but...
I mean, I suppose.
Well, a few months after that, you know, when things started to kick in, but beyond that... Heinz ketchup commercial on Twitch? Huh. That's a new one.
Interesting.
Serving stations.
Oh god.
Oh?
My
What's
brain
that?
just came up with the worst thing.
That feels like a challenge,
Heinz
but...
Gamer Ketchup.
Imagine.
Sounds awful.
Oh god, yes, but imagine.
Mountain Dew flavored ketchup.
Oof.
Ugh. RGB Mountain Dew flavored ketchup. Yeesh. No, thank you. That sounds horrible.
Well, better than RBG flavored ketchup. Now with 100% more flavor of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Why? Why lying?
Because it would be worse, is why.
Why would you
wrong?
even think of that as an option?
I would prefer not to think of it as an option, that's the point.
Oh.
Why are we still not finishing up this ejector? What's going on? Also, I don't see a functional antenna on this thing. I'm gonna guess I'm out of radio components.
Possibly.
An antenna is kind of important to a drone.
Kinda.
Surprised we're not using her as a perpetual energy source of how much she's rolling in her grave right now. Yeah, I think she saw it coming, though, to be fair. She was a pretty smart one. Well, this drone is definitely alive, I can tell that much. Alright, what's the situation over here? Situation is that the projector no longer has enough power. So I can't actually tell how any part of this is doing.
That's not great.
Not helpful, not gonna lie. Okay, so that means I need to attach a vertical, a facing down connector in order to connect this thing in order to have enough power. Bearing in mind, I'm now on battery power because we have no more hydrogen here.
And whose fault is that?
Yours.
Well, yeah, that's true. I won't deny that.
It is categorically yours.
Yeah, no. I set up the world, I designed the save, etc., etc.
Okay, where... Oh god, this is good. I have no hydrogen. This is gonna be such a pain in the neck. Well, it doesn't need to have... It doesn't need to have actual conveyor piping right now. It just needs to be a downwards facing connector. So I could get a few blocks out from there and stick them there.
Only available. Heinz Gamer RGB Mountain Dew Ketchup. Only available with Amazon Prime. Ugh. Horrible.
Oh, and we're also out of cool, so he's probably not helping a lot of this. There we go. Okay. How I can't get into the SPML because it doesn't have a ground level access.
You gotta think about these things, Lying. Even the Damocles had a ground level access.
We have been playing with perpetual hydrogen. I had not anticipated a point where we wouldn't have perpetual hydrogen.
That's true.
I know there's a way to get to the point where you can build things from a cockpit. I just need to remember how that is done. Can I safely detach the termite from the truckleweed, bearing in mind it has no power?
Low health.
I think so. I'm gonna back it up to the welders just in case, though.
Fuel
Okay.
low.
Good.
Fuel critical.
Ow.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Tree! I'm fine.
Health
Why
low.
are you seeing trees?
Because there was a tree in the way,
Uh-huh.
and I almost
Right,
hit
if
it. And I didn't
Anybody
have any arrows.
knows, anybody in chat knows how to turn on block placement from a cockpit, please let me know. Because now it is somewhat imminently vital that I know.
I have no idea. I've never done it before.
Yeah, I know it can be done. Control G says Firebird. I know that's not the escape, so... Oh, thank God. Okay. The harder part for me is going to be actually welding this thing. It's Alt F4? Right, yes, of course. How could I forget? Okay, there we go. That should have plenty of clearance for Turbine G. Now how do I weld this thing? I'm just going to shove a welder on the side of the truck, I think. I think that's the only way this gets done. I'm glad I made such a versatile utility craft as the truckleweed.
Oh, that linked up. Oh, nice.
What did...
The magnesium mine is now linked.
Oh, nice. Some small miracle, I already have the components on me to make a welder. Don't know how, but I'll take it.
Energy low.
Okay, has that linked up to the right place is the question.
Whole system.
Yes, it has, somehow. Not really sure how. I mean, it's a little bit weird, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. Deposit these in there.
Magnesium is 36.2k in the refinery. Oh boy. Okay.
Did something just try to escape out of Grandpapa's ancient trunk?
No, that's my chair lying.
Right.
It's very squeaky.
It is, indeed.
It is the second most squeakiest thing in my room.
What is the first?
My bed. Well.
Oh my.
Well, specifically my bed during vigorous activities, but you know.
Really? You don't say.
I mean, I do say. Right. Yeah, I think that is... Okay. Other than having to go out to the drill occasionally to make sure that it's working. There we go. We have magnesium linked up.
Nice.
I do need to finish welding them. This. Now that we have nickel, it's actually a lot easier to get some of this stuff welded.
Yes, because nickel is needed for motors and such, which go into a lot of the conveyor system. Okay, come on. What could I have been missing that... Did I grab the materials for a small grid connector? I wonder if that was it. Probably. Probably.
I do wish that there were, like, small connectors.
Like the size of the ejector?
Yeah.
Energy critical.
Thank you for
I
reminding me.
don't know. Maybe it just seems silly to me that we need this massive connection point on stuff. But maybe that's just me.
I don't mind it too much. Plus, I feel like something that small, like if it was connecting something like the truckle weed, it would be ridiculous. Like, no way would it be stable.
Okay. I think that's all the refineries connected into... Oh, wait, no, it's not. The silicon refinery still isn't connected into the system, but we don't have any silicon at the moment, so it doesn't matter.
I have. Well, you've had rock. That's what it's useful for. There is
Well,
a
yeah,
silicon
but,
deposit
like...
close to the bazaar, but I haven't set it up for anything.
Yeah, like, the general refinery makes the silicon, so it's not... We don't need a dedicated silicon refinery at the moment, you know?
No. Silicon is relatively low import.
Yeah. Okay. Well, magnesium should now be set up and running, which means I can get started on designing a combat ship of some sort.
Yeah. While I continue to wrestle with getting this drone to work, despite the fact that we have basically no hydrogen. But okay, those two white lines now need to meet. Ideally within the next 20 minutes, because then the triple weight's gonna lose power. Once that happens, I'm not getting it back.
No energy.
Oh, I've run out of energy.
Convenient?
Hmm?
Inconvenient?
Yeah, not the end of the world. I just need to actually sit down for like 5 minutes.
Story of my life right now.
Hmm.
There we go. Okay.
I mean, even if you did call a bounty on Lying Fire, I wouldn't be able to fulfill it because Lying is currently 17 kilometers away. Or further. More like 27 kilometers away.
Protect, yeah.
So, yeah, that's not happening.
Okay. Catch from termites. And may God's love be with me. Fat chance, I'm like 15. I'm like 15 types of heretic, but still.
Inventory full.
Let me see. I'm gay. I'm trans. I'm disabled. I'm poor. Wait, no, he likes those two. I'm an apostate. He definitely doesn't like that.
What?
An atheist.
Oh, right. I'm agnostic, but, like, I think that counts, you know?
Give or take. Close enough.
Like, that
And depends on exactly which branch you're talking to.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, there's something out there, but...
I used to describe myself as being a Gnostic atheist, of being like, there's definitely not something out there. I think the odds are sufficiently low as to be basically zero these days. But the more and greater important thing is, I exceedingly doubt it cares about us.
Oh yeah, no, that is definitely true. We are insignificant in the grand scheme of cosmic balance.
The notion that we are the least bit important is absurd. Right, that battery should be charging now. AHEHQ? What am I detecting here?
I have no idea.
From 8 kilometers away, what am I detecting?
Oh.
I swear there's nothing like that nearby.
I got nothing, Lying.
But I can apparently access it from the bazaar's antenna. I can apparently control it from here.
Interesting.
Okay. Ejector's incomplete. The collision sensor is incomplete. Power is at 2%. There we are. Fully depleted in 35 seconds. Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good.
No, because it's currently over where my original, like, stone mine was. Which means it will disappear into a hole. the second it detaches.
Definitely a problem.
Setting it to recharge. I've still got about 14 megawatt hours left, so hopefully I can recharge the thing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, also, if you did try and call a bounty on me, I have a battleship. You don't anymore.
Yeah, mine's been stripped.
Yours has been atomized.
Yeah, I need to put together a fighter craft of some sort. Something a lot smaller, I think. But maybe a lot more aerodynamic.
Let's access that projector and see what's left on this thing.
But in fairness,
Personally, I'm
it's
gonna
not
punch
on me
code. I
to
mean,
call
feel
the
free.
bounties, you know. That's the views. I hold no control over that.
Yeah, I think this thing just needs some power. And it'll be ready to go. At which point I need to transfer it over to the cobalt mine, but that might be problematic with how little power is going on around here. %, power. It needs at least 80 or it will not undock. Why do you think you have a mining position? Is that what you were trying to... Yes, that's why you were trying to fly. Pretty sure if I tell it to resettle and decay, it'll detach itself, so I'm gonna leave it alone for the time being.
Probably a good idea.
Fuel.
It's not nearly as heavy as the Shine Bright Morning Light, but still.
Hmm.
I do like its little aviation lights.
Hmm.
It's got a red light on the right hand side and a green light on the left hand side, and they blink slightly out of sequence.
Oh, yeah, like the Damocles had.
I know fuel is critical. I have no means on this planet of fixing that suit.
I'm surprised you didn't have a stockpile of ice.
I did, and then it was used.
Yeah.
To craft components and weld.
I'm sorry, you used ice to craft components?
Well, I used it for power.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose.
And also probably to recharge the SBML when it docked.
Hmm.
Like, a lot of power goes through this place. As long as I'm waiting, I'm just gonna deposit all the goods I also brought over. Yeah, right now the bazaar is on reserve power. I am correct in thinking that if a grid completely loses power, its connectors detach, right?
No.
No?
Stays connected.
Oh, thank God. I mean, not that they exist. Yeah, my fandom knows this very much about me. I did used to be a Reddit atheist. I was insufferable.
I'm sure you were.
Rude, but okay.
I mean, I can see you being insufferable, lying. I can see that.
Used to be connectors will let go. Ask how I know. Yeah, that's why I'm asking, Krasinski.
Yeah, they don't these days, but they used to, and it was a little annoying.
Low.
Oh.
I think there's a reason they changed that.
Yeah. Okay. Reporting 33% power now. There's not gonna be much point hooking this up to the up to the bazaar, I think, at the moment. Partially because I have plenty of iron, and secondly because we have no power to recharge the thing. But by that same token, the nickel mine and the cobalt mine also don't have any power beyond a few wind turbines. All it really meant, though, was you backed up connectors with landing gear. Funny you should mention that. Stares directly at the trickleweed. Although, in fairness, the trickleweed mostly has it for when it needs to hold something it can't connect to. Right, I think for next stream, we need to fix the water situation.
Yes.
I think that has become dire.
That looks good. I now have a well-lit build area.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, looks nice. It's a bit atmospheric, but yeah, nice.
It's a little... I don't know.
It's a little, car advert, I think. But
Yeah, I guess.
the new Orion S cargo hauler, capable of taking you from naught to the ground in faster than you can say, did I turn the hydrogen on?
Well, the Orion's pretty decent, to be honest.
Hasn't done much in the way of hauling, I will say.
It's done a bit.
Less than the truck. You're on a slope.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure.
I wanted to back it out of the build area so that I had enough space.
I know there's no fuel. Shut up.
At the moment, Shadowari, we do not. Because the water is, well...
Gone?
Gone. Yeah.
It is not. The water is not.
The water is not.
The water is no.
Yeah, the water is no. Unfortunately, it has not decided to grace us with its presence this stream. Okay. Right.
Yeah, ice is just blank on my display here. I'm completely out. No ice, no hydrogen.
No nothing.
I also have cobalt. Where I can get cobalt. So I'm mostly just watching the power bar here decline.
Oh, decline.
Yeah, if this thing detached when it lost power, it would just go down there. And that would be bad. Because then I would have to make it again. Which was already a trial. What am I doing for something here? Pretty good. Pretty good. How much silicon do you have over there?
Over here? Probably not much. Check. About 6.9k.
Ah, 10.7 over here.
I have a decent amount, enough to make computers and whatever else I might need, but...
Yeah. Ah, 15.3k nickel and climbing.
Ooh. Automod just... Yeah. Maybe don't miss the G on Clang, Shadow Ari. Because,
Really?
Yeah.
That's blacklisted?
Well, Automod it has a blacklist of, like, it's specifically set up to, like, catch racism terms, and it caught clan, as in Klan, missing
I
the
don't
G.
know. I don't know what you mean. They're just celebrating their heritage.
So, yeah. Ooh, boy. Yeah. I know it's not what you meant, Shadow Harry. I know it's not what you meant. I know you meant clang.
Wow.
But maybe make sure to type in the G next time, or Autobot will get mad, apparently.
Oy.
I actually enabled Automod again recently, specifically for, like, racism terms and stuff, because it's the one thing I do trust Automod to catch. And apparently I'm right in that it will catch those sorts of terms.
Well,
it's just that sometimes people mistype things. So yeah. No, it's quite alright, Shadowary. I know that you meant a completely different thing, but Automod has basically gone, oh hello, I can do a job for a change. It's very excitable. Very excitable. Okay. I've put a metal panel in my floor.
I'm gonna be honest, this looks a little bit like you're about to have a dramatic end of movie dance fight.
What, just the part where this panel, like, raises up and the entire thing sort of...
Yeah, and you've got the spotlights lining the way. Like, one dance troupe from the connector end, one dance troupe from the cargo holder ends.
Oh.
Like it's well positioned for dramatic shadows.
It is a bit, isn't it?
Okay, 77%. And we'll see if I can get this thing over to the nickel mine.
That
At
is
least.
almost seamless.
Huh?
If there wasn't a textured variation, you would not be able to tell that was a different part of the floor.
Well, I could because the texture's just broken. There we go. No, yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, not bad.
Hmm.
That's going to be my
that-
build plate, basically.
That does somewhat raise the question of why you have an elevating piece of concrete.
Oh, this is small grid.
Oh, so that's just made out of small grid then.
Yes, it's basically going to be, like, the build plate, so I can build directly off of that without needing to have a landing gear or anything around here.
Right, I see. Ah, nice. I was thinking of doing something like that for the welding area over here, but I need to solve the power issue first, I think.
Yes, that might be a good idea.
Because I think welding stuff from the like front back or such is maybe not a great of not the best of ideas, whereas having something that can weld from the top down is much better.
Okay,
There's
question.
also going to be less occasions where I end up having something flip out. Yes.
I'm thinking of building a fighter plane.
Right?
It's going to be propellered. Like, it's going to be a prop plane, basically.
Okay, yeah, understandable.
I'm wondering if it would be better to have a central propeller or two propellers on the wings.
Generally speaking, historically it was single prop for fighter planes and dual prop for bombers.
Yes,
And I
but
think it's a matter of more thrusters is more power efficient. I don't know how that correlates with the propellers.
propellers are very much the same situation.
Okay.
I'm thinking... Hold on, let me find a picture. Let me find a reference picture that I can send you, and then you'll know what I'm actually thinking of trying to build.
I think these batteries aren't nearly done charging.
I'm thinking something like this.
Yep.
For some reason, it posted the image.
Okay,
twice, so.
right. I know that craft. Its name eludes me, but I know what you mean. I can't recall what function that served in the fleet.
I'm fairly sure this was a fighter, but it wasn't a much made one. Or like it was a prototype or something. I don't remember. Like twin fuselage aircraft have been like made for quite a lot of.
Oh yeah, because you just make one fuselage, you mass produce them, and you just glue them together later. Fairly straightforward. Alright. Can I detach this thing and have it not fall to the ground? Let's find it. Power is at 99%. I should be able to have this detach.
Yes, it was a P-38. Thank you, Brzezinski. A Lockheed P-38 Lightning, to be precise.
Okay, that's the way this thing is oriented.
I love how you managed to guess exactly which plane I was looking at, and you didn't even see a picture of it.
Oh boy. Okay, come on.
P-38 Lightning was a great plane once they worked out a few things. I mean, everything has its sort of sputters and starts, if you will. The one thing that I'm not so keen on with the P-38 is the fact that at the back of the cockpit section just sort of stops.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it just sort of stops at the wing, and it doesn't feel finished. So I might make it like a triple fuselage engine system. Maybe? I don't know.
No. Behave. This feels very much like this thruster's missing.
Early war high altitude interceptor, so that's what it was.
Ooh.
Okay. Alright then.
Let's see. Gyroscope incomplete, ejector incomplete. Ostensibly. Oh, collision sensor is incomplete. Ostensibly, all the thrusters here are good. Back, forward, left, right. So why don't you want to move that way then? When I tell you to go backwards and forwards.
Okay, so it had a pair of autocannons in the nose. So well, it had a pair of machine guns in the nose. It lacked a cockpit heater, so that made staying up at high altitude really rough. Ah. That does sound particularly unpleasant.
Behave. Rolling a drone when you don't have the hydrogen to follow it is not the easiest things in the world.
I think I'll put a Gatling gun in the nose. But I don't want to spoil the profile of this vehicle. Because it's not going to be a P-38. It's
No.
already... I'm already designing style differences, but... I'm probably going to put autocannons in the wings. Because that'll look cool.
Drone, you stop that. You come back. Drone? I don't know which way this thing is facing anymore.
I mean, what I could do is have... One thing that annoys me about Space Engineers is that you don't have, like, shroud blocks. Like, blocks that are completely, like, you can put them through any other block and make it, like, you can, like, poke weapons through armor stuff. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Some kind of cowling.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh. Okay, that's quite cool. I like the idea of the spy plane.
Oh, we did contemplate making some kind of long-range craft that was capable of telling whatever is at the uranium deposit.
True. That is definitely something that we could look into. I want to make this thing fast, is one of the things that I want to do. Like, over 70 meters a second.
Energy low.
I mean, technically I could add some form of cowling. Or, like, shroud block. I could add, plane parts mod. But I'm trying to do aerodynamics without the plane parts mod at the moment. Because I've become, when it comes to building planes, I've become very reliant on the plane parts mod. Because it has, like, different wing angles that you can use and stuff. And I sort of feel like I need to be less reliant on it. Because a lot of the things that people are doing are vanilla these days. And I sort of want a design that can be used wherever, you know?
There we go, now I can move this thing. Ugh. I'm about to utter a sentence that I don't want Twitch to hold against me.
Oh god.
But I need the drone to sit on me.
I'm sorry, what?
Because I can't access the sensor I need to build otherwise.
I see.
Yeah, I need 6 detector components, that's what's missing.
You know, this brings to mind the fact that a lot of Lucas's drones have an anime girl face on them.
Oh.
And it...
Don't like that.
Oh, dearie me.
crucially, now that the sensor works again, the spotlights that tell where this one's landing are working again.
Energy critical.
Yeah, that sounds like something Spacebar might make.
I suppose we have Thermite OS 1.4. Just when I had more recent versions than that. Yes, I have Thermite OS 1.75. I must not have created that as the saved thing. Okay. There you go. Much smarter.
Okay. I probably want to do is small grid ore detector front.
Right. I think that's the last of this thing's missing parts. Yep. Anything still reading as incomplete? One of the gyroscopes. But I don't see where, so, bit hard to find out.
I'm not really happy with how this looks. I would love some cowling, but I'll take what I can get.
Okay. I think this drone is all ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I think we want T-junction in there. And then a pair of hydrogen engines. If I can find them. That'll make up the node.
Right. I'm gonna hook this back up to keep charged, and then I'm done for the evening, I believe. This will mean that the drone is going to think that this is its home, but I can fix that later. Yeah, it's at its home position already. Right, so that is the first of our automated mining drones all set to go.
Lovely.
We're going to need at least 2, I think. I think for the smaller things, we can probably deal with just having a drill there, but yeah.
Okay, so... And we want a corner piece there.
About 80% power over at the bazaar. I feel like we've completely lost you to this.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I've entered Greedling space, as it were.
Right.
I have an idea, is the thing, and it's attempting to live itself through me. I'm also thinking of giving this thing a pair of folding wings, because I don't think the full wingspan of this vehicle will fit in the hangar. Or, well...
Right, so your solution is to make it more complicated.
Yes. I mean, it's not that bad, right?
Well, we won't know until it's done, I guess. Anyways, that is it for me. I hope everybody's enjoyed. I hope they enjoyed that little teaser thing at the start. There will be more of those to come, I'm sure. My next stream should be on Tuesday with building blocks, where we'll be starting some work on the various equipment mod, to try and get that up to speed. Then on Thursday, there is presumably more of this, but hopefully much more wet.
Ah, bugger. I just realized something.
What?
We don't have any plane-style landing gear.
We have wheels?
That doesn't count.
Wheels don't count. What exactly is landing gear? Oh yes, wheels.
Landing gear is wheels that actually fit in, like,
Recede.
plane-sized wheels. Like, small, very small, and not idiotic. Like what the small wheels are for space engineers as standard. I'm gonna have to install the plane parts mod before I can actually build this properly.
Right.
That's what that has told me. Which is a little annoying since I was very much trying to resist installing the plane parts mod. But I think I've been forced. I think my hand has been forced by the sheer fact that we don't have proper landing gear wheels. That's annoying.
I feel like there's a way out of them. But anyways, yes, so presumably there's more of this, but hopefully more water on Thursday.
Well, fingers crossed. The Damocles is gone now, so it'll definitely be less.
Everything is running much better. There might be another stream from me on Friday. It depends on how much energy I have in the week, but otherwise my next stream will be on Saturday, where we'll just be doing the carousel, as per. If I make any videos, or at youtube.com/lyingtube, and everything I do is powered by you at patreon.com/lying. Hope you all enjoyed.
I could use the motorcycle wheel shadow, but
catch you next time.
It's harder to manage. I think I'll just install plane parts, to be honest. It'll make things easier overall. I won't use the wings from it. That will be my restriction. I won't use the wings from plane parts. Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me as well for the evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. It has been fun. And it shall certainly be something that we shall be back, hopefully, for on Thursday, if, well, both our relative health and disabilities permitting. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody.
We can go and raid a Kieran Dave, I believe,
We can
currently.
go raid a Kieran Dave. Why not? Thank you all very much for joining us.
Or
We're going to
Kieran
go raid a Kieran. A Kieran who's currently doing some Minecraft. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody. Have a very good evening, everybody. And a very good night. Raid onwards, my friends. Raid on and share the love.